Welcome to Sunday Gravy Radio, the show about anything and everything. This is episode 1, and today we're diving into introductions. Who am I? Who's the other guy at the other end of the microphone? We're your hosts, Mark and Tim, from the critically acclaimed Vice of Miami podcast. And go ahead, laugh. Bringing you real talk, random takes, and whatever's on the table this week to make the Sunday gravy tasty. Well, let's get into it, people. If you've listened to Vice of Miami podcast, you're over here now. You probably heard what the show is about, but if you're just finding us, let's say what Sunday Gravy Radio is. Tim, our resident Italian, because I'm 100% Polish, he knows more about this. Tim, what is Sunday Gravy Radio? What is Sunday Gravy?
Sunday Gravy itself, like my mom always used to say, you have a quick sauce and then you have the long sauce. The long sauce, which is the Sunday Gravy, might simmer 5 or 6 hours. And she used to throw like a whole onion in there along with your tomato sauce, tomato paste, oregano, basil, salt, pepper, garlic, whatever it is, neck bones, meatballs, sausage, whatever it was. And that just simmered slowly. And you didn't make just a small batch of that. You made one where you could freeze it. Yeah, you could batch it up for maybe 2 or 3 meals. And, it's always best non-frozen, but
yes,
when you get it right out of the pot. But that's your long sauce. And she used to take all the meat out of the sauce and just put it in a different bowl or different dish, and then you would just put that on your plate with whatever pasta that she made. Sometimes she did homemade pasta, but a lot of times it was the store-bought already processed stuff. But that's your Sunday gravy.
Right. And that ties into, you're probably asking, what is Sunday gravy? What does tomato sauce tie into a radio show? Well, the Sunday gravy, like Tim was saying, it's a lot of ingredients. It's a lot of stuff. And the end result is one big, nice meal, tasty, delicious meal that lasts a while. How that ties in, that's what our show is going to be. It's going to be anything and everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not anything specific. Sometimes it will be specific. It's definitely not going to be, well, we're not going to hit the hot button topics because, we got enough of that in our life. We're just going to maintain our good friendly relationship that we have with our Vice of Miami people and get you new people involved here. Let's be friendly to each other, right? Let's stay off the hot topics. Obviously, they are important to people. We're not going to kick that to the side, but still, let's get away from the reality sometimes and just get into what's what in people's lives. Let's have fun, right?
Yep.
It's gonna
absolutely.
Be fun. If you listen to our old show, it definitely was scripted a little bit. We wanted to stay on point. We wanted to hit those plot points and all that, which, we kind of had to do to bring up the points we wanted to make. But the Vice of Miami show ended by design, only 5 seasons. So now we're doing this, a little bit of everything. And the best part is you listening and on YouTube watching, you get to play along. At the end of every show, we're going to tell you what the next topics are going to be for the next 2 shows. This way you could email us, you could call into our hotline and comment on our post on what you want to talk about or your ideas of those shows that are coming up. We want to involve you, the people. We've had a lot of people comment on our, 5 years now, Tim, of doing Vice of Miami. Got a lot of friends. We got a lot of regulars we deal with. There's this one dude up in Wisconsin somewhere. He's got some ideas. He's a nice guy. He's reached out to us. We want to do a show about anything and everything. And I think this is going to be a way to just wing it, I guess you could say. We're going to have
That's what it is. It's going to be one of our topics. We're already kicking the idea around is about idiosyncrasies. And we're laughing about it. So
yeah,
think about idiosyncrasies, either yourself or a family member or friends or whatever, and send it our way. If you want to join us on that episode, we could dial you in and bring in as a guest host, if you want to call it, and just run from there. But it's going to be way more relaxed than what we're doing now. It will take planning, but I don't think not as much planning as we have to do now, because we're not going to be watching an episode, taking notes, compiling that into discussion and into zeroing it on a script. It's going to be just free flowing.
Right. And
I
we
mean,
still may cover a TV show or a movie here and there, or maybe an episode of,
yep.
I don't know, whatever. If it's an idea of somebody, well, heck, why not? Why not do it? Because there's a lot of good movies out there. And although we're not good movie reviewers per se, and at least I'm not, but it may be something we'll do. We may have tasting of weird snacks from around the world, or maybe throw up some videos of an odd thing around where we live. I've got some ideas that I want to do. And Tim's going on a cruise. Maybe he'll do a quick montage video of some of the ports, something like that. Who knows? So
Yeah, we could do stuff like that. Or a lot of here's one. What Judy does is she does a journal, like a travel journal. And she did that when she used to be a teacher to model for kids. She wanted them to do that, just learning how to write. Well, she did a school one, and then she did a Tim journal, and that's where Tim was making his comments about stuff, and not always with good purpose. But when we go back and read it years later, I'm laughing my ass off.
There you go. And Judy would be his counterpart, his wife, and that dog you hear in the background. That's my dog, Tucker. You'll hear him every now and then because somebody's probably walking by, minding their business. But that's what the show's going to be. So please subscribe, like, do all that good stuff that you're supposed to do. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Sunday Gravy Radio, the inaugural episode. The show where we talk about anything and everything, and somehow we're going to bring it together like a good Sunday sauce. If something we said today hit home, or if you think we completely missed the mark, let us know. Drop your thoughts, comments, hot takes, all of it. This show is always definitely going to be better when you're a part of it. And don't forget, we got 2 more shows coming up here of Miami Vice on our Vice of Miami. We're going to simulcast our last 2 episodes of Vice of Miami. We're going to put them here just as substance, as filler, I guess you could say, until we really get into it. So the next show here on Sunday Gravy Radio, show number 2, is going to be our review of the Miami Vice movie with Erin from the Manic Movie Monday podcast. Our show number 3 here is going to be the Miami Vice series review with Marina from Vice and Easy podcast. So if you got ideas, thoughts, or opinions about the Miami Vice movie and the Miami Vice series altogether, send it on over. I'll let you know how to do that shortly. So if you're enjoying the show, do a favor, leave a rating and review wherever you're listening. It definitely helps people find the show and keeps things growing. Our socials are at Sunday Gravy Radio, all one word, Sunday Gravy Radio on Facebook and Instagram. And guess what? We've also got a fan hotline. It's the old Vice of Miami podcast fan hotline, but I'm going to use it as this one. Call in and add something to the gravy. Show number is 815-242-2151. 815-242-2151. That's the Sunday Gravy Radio fan hotline. Until next time, take care of yourself and then take care of others. Do a kind gesture for somebody. It may mean the world to them. Tim, any parting words, parting thoughts?
To close out Miami Vice, like you said, it had to end by design. This one could go on as long as we want it to go on. And as Mark said, please join us in for the fun, because it is going to be fun. There's going to be a lot. To me, I already see a lot of laughter. Think idiosyncrasies, people. Idiosyncrasies.
But
so that's what I got for now.
Yeah, a lot of things can happen when 2 dinguses like us get together and start bantering around. We'll get into more stuff on how we got together and all that later episodes, but that's it. We'll see you on the next Sunday Gravy Radio. We'll catch you next time.